Oh, thank you all for tuning in another edition of Outside the Shop with me, your host, Daryl D. Lane, as always, where I get to talk about everything that I normally don't get the chance to talk about on regular sports podcast, Barbershop Sports Talk, which you guys can all find on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iRadio, SoundCloud, Pandora, the whole 9 yards there. Top 40 quarterbacks in the NFL, QB6, QB5, QB6, Thomas Edward Brady, the GOAT. First, let's start with this. One of the things I value most in sports is your best ability is, not what you actually do on the field. It's your availability. How often do you show up? I value that. That's the thing Tom Brady does better than almost anybody in the game right now. Since 2009, he has not missed a single game in the NFL. That means 17 games in NFL season. Number 12 is going to be there and he's going to be ready to play. He is the second most consistent quarterback from last year. From all the quarterbacks I looked at, Tom Brady was the second most consistent quarterback in the NFL on a play-per-play, pass-per-pass, snap-per-snap basis. The only quarterback who was more consistent than him, in my opinion, was Aaron Rodgers, who won league MVP. Tom Brady was more consistent than Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Matthew Stafford, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray. Any quarterback you want to name, Brady was more consistent. The only quarterback who's more consistent than him is Aaron Rodgers. Brady goes through his reads at a high level. He gets the ball out of his hands very quickly. He shows a very good understanding of knowing who to get the ball to in what situation, right? If it's Mike Evans, he's a 6'5" wide receiver. I'm going to throw it a little bit high. If it's one of my smaller slot guys like Scotty Miller or Julian Edelman in the slot, right? I'm going to throw it a little bit shorter, a little bit more crisper in the middle of the field. So he has a very good understanding of who he's playing with and how to use them most to their utmost ability. Also, he pushes the ball down the field at a high level, and people think Brady has a weak arm. He has actually one of the stronger arms in the history of the game, and he's an aggressive downfield thrower, which leads to a lot of pass interferences, which does move the ball down the field. Brady's very good at that. Uses pump fake well to keep defenses off balance in the secondary. He's also very good when it comes to making decisions. He does not throw really stupid interceptions, stupid balls. He keeps it he does a very good job of pushing the envelope, trying to go big while not, going completely out of the realm of what he's supposed to do. Supremely accurate, can throw it in any tight window. Coverage corner can be right on him. Safety can be coming over, threads the needle perfectly every single time. Has great anticipation. The accuracy is fantastic. Like I said, throws it in stride for yards after the catch from all three levels of the field: short, middle, high. All three levels of the football field, Tom Brady is a threat. From the pocket, if Tom Brady has a clean pocket, there is very few QBs who match him. He will slice and dice you at every single chance he gets. Tom Brady's absolutely special that way. Now, here are the things that why Brady is not in my top five and why I thought about having Brady lower than 6. And really, him and Stafford at 6 and 7 was a really big debate for me, but it was the consistency of Brady, even though I think Stafford at his apex is a better player than Brady is at this point of his career, right? So with Brady, if he is hit and he has pressure coming, he's not the same guy. He's just not. He will throw the ball away. If it comes to throwing a 14-yard rifle to Chris Godwin and taking it in the lick, right, and getting crushed by a defensive lineman, or taking a little check down to the running back, guess what he's going to do? He's going to take a little check down for the running back for the 3 yards instead of going for that 14, 15-yard throw to Chris Godwin in the middle of the field. That's just what he's going to do at this point of his career. I understand he's a 45-year-old man. Most 45-year-old men would not want to get hit by NFL defensive linemen and linebackers, right? But that's a big limitation in this game. Also, when he is thrown off his spot, the accuracy dwindles and it becomes very pedestrian. And then when he's hit, you can tell he starts pressing a little bit. Those are all things that are, a big issue for me with Brady in terms of kind of extending the offense and making plays when there is absolutely nothing there and the offensive line, the protection has fallen. We saw this in the LA Rams divisional round game where Aaron Donald's collapsing the pocket. Brady loves to step up in the pocket. Von Miller and Leonard Floyd are kind of closing up the edges. And then Brady, he has to make a play. He has to get out. He has to make somebody miss and then throw it, and he just can't. His accuracy dwindles. Even if he does make somebody miss, the ball does not come out the same. It just doesn't. Also, his feet, his pocket feet, in terms of how he moves in the pocket, it's gotten worse. I think Brady's arm is pretty similar to how it was earlier in his career, which is still why he's so great. But his feet and his willingness to take hits are two things that have really deteriorated in his game. Now, also on the bright side, greatest leader in the NFL right now. I think when he's on your team, it kind of gives you this hope. He has that it factor. You feel like when we have Brady on our team, we can't lose. And I do think that means something in terms of clutchness. There's almost maybe Patrick Mahomes is the only guy. Maybe there's a few other guys. Russell Wilson has pretty good clutch stats as well. There's nobody in the clutch you'd rather want that puts more fear in your heart than Tom Brady. He's done it a time and time again and again, right? So Brady's absolutely special that way. He's like a modern day sports messiah, which I do think adds a little bit of value and level when he's on the field. The teammates think, hey, we got a chance. Number 12's with us. So that's it for Tom Brady. He is at number 6. Now we get into number 5, Joey Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow, he has no weakness in his game. There's no weakness in Joe Burrow's game. Can throw from all 3 levels of the field in the pocket, short, medium, long. He can throw it all accurately within stride on all 3 levels of the field. What he does which Brady does not do at this point of his career, he can scramble, make people miss, and is still accurate, can get out of contain and scramble and make these sidearm throws down the field like an Allen Mahomes can. He does not do it as well as a Mahomes or Allen does, but he still does it at a very good level, right? Still does it as a very good level. And then when it comes to standing in the pocket, taking it in the kisser, and making a tough 20-yard throw down the field, Joe Burrow does that in spades. Listen, the Cincinnati Bengals offense was pedestrian. It was awful. It was moribund. It was disgusting. It was despicable what they did to Joe Burrow. Watch the Tennessee Titans divisional round where he's just getting killed, and he's running for his life. He can take it in the kisser, throw 20 yards down the field. He does not wear down as he gets hit. He's able to keep his composure. Like I said, the anticipation, the accuracy, and his arm is very underrated. And he also, when he scrambles at the pocket, which he does a very good job of doing, is he keeps his eyes downfield. And when he's looking for Jamar Chase, it's lights out. See you, what it want to be. Special things are going to happen when he gets out of contain and he's looking for that big throw. Also, aggressive thrower. Doesn't have the strongest arm, but aggressive thrower. Will attack his one-on-one matchups. Understands who his guys are and knowing I need to go get them the ball. Gets the ball out of his hands quickly. Can play multiple different styles of football. Can hold the ball, wait for plays to progress downfield. Can go quick, short passing game, right? Throw it to the back, 3 yards. Throw it to the middle of the field, 10, 15 yards. Throw it along to Jamar Chase, 20-plus yards, right? He can do all of that. And he's a good decision maker. Goes through his reads, too, at a very good level. There's really nothing Joe Burrow doesn't do well. The only thing I would say about Joe is you wish he was a better athlete, a stronger man, and had a stronger arm, which those are kind of physical things. But every other aspect in terms of on the field, he does it at a supremely high level. There is no weakness in this player's game. He is very good to great at almost everything on the football field. The only thing he can't do is you can't be like, hey, you want to run it 10 times like Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson? No, he can't do that. No, can he just shrug off guys in the pocket like Josh Allen or Justin Herbert or Jalen Hurts? No, he can't do that. But besides those things, he can do everything else. Or can he make the crazy throws that an Aaron Rodgers or a Pat Mahomes can? No, he can't do that either. But besides that, he can do everything at a high level. Joe Burrow is absolutely special. He is here to stay. And that's it for my top 40 QBs in the NFL. 5 and 6. I'm going to have 3 and 4 tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.